Hello, hello everybody, it's Emily and Asher here. Today we are going to go over how we make Greek yogurt in our Instapot. Do you eat a lot of Greek yogurt?
Yeah.
You and your brother, right?
Did you know there's a different kind of this one?
It has honey in it, right?
Yeah.
They make all different kinds of flavors.
Yeah.
Today we're just going to make the plain one.
Yes.
So watch this video and check it out. All right, so the first thing we need to do is kind of gather all of our equipment. We don't need everything right this second, but we do want to just show you all the different things that you're going to need when you're making Greek yogurt. So the first thing is you do need an Instapot. Ours specifically has a yogurt function on it. So we have this one. You do need starter. Now the important thing about it is Greek yogurt starter is just already made Greek yogurt, but it does have live cultures in it. So make sure that you are checking that. We like, as a starter, I had originally used the Greek Gods because it does have the full fat in it. So I use that and it does have live cultures. This stuff in here actually is the yogurt that I've made, so it'll work as well. You will need cheesecloth with a strainer. This will be used later on, but you will need it. We're doing an entire gallon of milk. I like to use whole milk just because my kids don't drink milk by itself, so I like to use whole milk with it.
Honey.
You do need honey and vanilla if you want to do flavoring in it right away. And we'll talk about later on when these actually go in. This, I know, it looks like a vodka bottle. I did make my own homemade vanilla several years ago, and I use this bottle, so I've continued it on here. And we can talk about how you make that at a later video if you'd like. Meat thermometer. What is this? What is this? Whisk.
A whisk.
And then the last thing you need is some type of boiling water or hot water, or you can use soap and water if you're wanting to clean out your Instapot. So once you've gathered everything, Asher, you're going to finish eating your Greek yogurt here. Once you gather everything, the very first thing you're going to want to do is clean out the inner container of your Instapot. Now this is really important, especially if you make like stews or anything hot inside here. You want to make sure that it's nice and clean and you get those flavors off of it. So I went ahead and heated up water in the kettle, and then I'm just going around and pouring it all around the sides of my Instapot. And again, you just want to do that so that you're not getting the flavor of the meat, that savory flavor inside your Instapot. Yeah,
It's hot, it's hot.
very, very hot. This kettle actually heats up the water up to 190 degrees. So after we do that,
That's gonna be hot, hot, hot. It's gonna be super hot.
after we do that, just swirling it around and emptying it out. So we take this, we're gonna go ahead,
Plug it in.
plug it in, plug it in. Now that is gonna turn your Instapot on. So on my specific one, I have a yogurt function. So I'm gonna click it, and then I'm gonna click this button right here that says adjust. And what we're gonna do is we want it to say boil. And the reason for that is we need to get our milk up to very specifically 185 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's telling me it's ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead. I actually found milk at Costco the other day.
Yeah.
And
I
then
didn't even know there was milk at Costco.
you didn't. They have a very special section called the dairy section.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Now, crazy thing is, like I said, my kids, they use milk for cereal, but they don't actually drink it. So we go ahead, and I'm putting this.
I actually drink it in my cereal milk.
He does, he does. So if you want to make half a gallon, that is perfectly okay. You do the exact same thing.
Just dip the whole thing in there.
So we're done with that. So now it's on the boil function.
Mix it up.
Mix it up. You're not mixing anything in there.
Can I mix it up?
Hold on. So you're going to go ahead and mix it up. Put that to the side. It does help it reach a temperature quicker. So, like I said, with our meat thermometer, the whole idea of it is that we're trying to get this milk up to 185 degrees very specifically. So right now, we're only about 55 degrees. So we're going to keep this on the side
Because it got all wet.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and close this, put the lid on it, and we'll check back here in a little bit to see how it's doing. All right, so our Instapot has told us that it's actually finished heating up the milk. So what we're gonna do is open it up.
It's really hot.
It is really, really hot.
But you can't touch it because it's so hot you can't even touch it.
You don't wanna touch it. So the first thing you wanna do is take your whisk and actually stir the milk.
So it can get a little bit cooler.
It does cool it down a little bit as needed, but also what it does is your Instapot's gonna create hot spots in the milk and cold spots. So we wanna make sure we stir it just so we have an even temperature. So when we measure the temperature, we're getting an accurate reading. So we're gonna turn it on and put it in here. All right, so we needed to get up to 185 degrees.
Oh man, it's hot.
It's 165.
170. What? That's in the 100.
Okay, so it's only gotten up to about 177, which is
No,
pretty.
it's 178.
Okay, which is really, really close, but we're not there yet. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn on your saute function.
So what is saute?
Saute is a way that your Instapot actually heats up from the bottom. Now when doing this, when using your saute function, you wanna make sure that you, again, stir it up. Now this can go up really, really quickly, so be prepared for that.
But you can't touch it.
Again, don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Don't touch the inside of the milk because it's really, 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 really hot.
Now, you are going to need a measuring cup as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to stir the milk.
Yeah.
And then also put our thermometer in here. And again, we want to stir the milk because the saute function is going to create some hot spots. We want to make sure that we're getting a
hot.
correct reading on the temperature.
I don't know.
How much yogurt do you eat, Asher?
A lot.
Do you eat yogurt every single day?
No.
I think you do.
Every day.
Not every day?
But some days.
Okay. Now while that's still going, I am going to grab our starter yogurt out of the fridge.
Then we're going to make some more, and then we went out some, and then we're going to make some more.
Now keep in mind when planning, when we start the yogurt function to actually have it set, not the boil, it does take about 8 to 10 hours, so you want to make sure you're planning appropriately. You can either have it run overnight, or like we're going to have it do during the day. So to do your starter, you grab some of your existing yogurt with the live cultures, and you're going to put it here into your measuring cup. Now what we're doing is we're waiting for the temperature of the milk.
Are we mixing it?
Well, we're waiting. We're waiting to see if we can get it up to the 185. And once that occurs, then you actually need to cool down the milk. But first we got to get it all the way up there. Now the big thing is you don't want to overheat your milk.
You don't want to overheat it, so it gets so hot you won't be able to make it right.
Right. So we're at 180, 181. And again, I use the thermometer sometimes to just stir it around to make sure that I'm getting an accurate reading. 182.
Mix it.
So I can tell that my saute function is working.
And then what do we do with the starters?
Well, we're just going to have it sit there and wait for a few minutes.
Until it gets a little hotter?
Well, no, we're just preparing the starter, Asher. We're waiting for the temperature of the milk to heat up to 185. Okay, so we're there. We're up to 185. I'm going to clean this off real quick. So we can go ahead and turn our Instapot off for now.
Is it 185?
It is. And then we actually need to get the Instapot out of.
Can I tell them I have a loose tooth?
You can tell them, yes, you have a loose tooth.
I have 2 loose teeth. One right here, one right there.
Now be careful, your inner pot is going to be really hot when you pull this out. Now, if you've got a little bit of time, you can leave it sit out like this. Make sure that we are stirring it periodically to help get air in there and release some of the temperature. Yeah, as you can see, it's really, really hot.
No, when I touch the smoke, it's actually hot.
That's steam that's coming out, not smoke.
The steam is hot.
Mm-hmm.
When my hand gets closer and closer, it's hotter and hotter.
It is, it is. Now, another thing that you can do, and
when
I
it's
often
right
do,
here, it's not that hot.
is I put this into an ice bath to help it cool down a lot quicker.
What is ice bath?
Ice bath is when you take a big bucket and you put ice and water into it, and then you set the milk into it. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and get my sink ready, get an ice bath going, just so we can get this cooled down. And I'll be back here just in a few minutes whenever it's down to 110 degrees. Now, keep in mind that you will need to keep an eye on it. You will need to keep an eye on it because it does get down to 110 really quickly. So just be prepared and be sure to be mixing it periodically to help it get down to that temperature. Alrighty, so we've gone ahead and cooled the milk down to 110 degrees. I did use an ice bath just to speed it up. If you're gonna do that, be sure to watch it. It does go down quite a bit. So what we're gonna do is we actually need to get our starter going. So what this is about 2 tablespoons of already made Greek yogurt that does have the live cultures in it. So I went ahead and added it to a measuring cup. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab a little bit of the cooled down milk. Here we go, added about a cup of the cooled down milk here. And then I'm just gonna stir it up and make sure that I'm incorporating all of the already made Greek yogurt into the milk. And the whole entire idea of this is that you're going to get all of those live cultures incorporated in, and this is actually gonna be what starts your Greek yogurt. So I'm gonna make sure that this is nice and clean up. Actually, let me grab my whisk. All the way. Here we go. Smell it. Smells like sour cream that's a little hotter. Okay. Then you're just going to go ahead and pour it back into your Instapot. And what that's going to do is going to go ahead and give it a nice base to start with. Now, at this time, if you wanted to add some sweeteners, this is a place you can do that. Now, usually my kids like a Greek yogurt that has honey in it. I don't recommend adding your sugar sweeteners at this point, such as honey, or, I don't add sugar, but my kids do eat it with honey, so I like to go ahead and add that in at the end. But don't add it now before the yogurt is made. We're gonna add that at a later time. However, if you wanted to add vanilla to your yogurt, now is a good time. This is a homemade vanilla extract that I used using vanilla pods and vodka. I can make another video on that if anybody's interested in understanding how to make it. It's actually super simple, but that's what I did. You can actually, you can't really see it, but the vanilla pods are actually in here, and then you scrape the seeds out. The good news is once you start this, you just keep adding more and more vodka to it, and you get vanilla for a while. Now, it smells really good, so I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit here. I kind of wing it when I make it. There you go. So you just add that in there. Again, because I added that vanilla, I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a nice little stir. It's just gonna do that. Now, when deciding the time, you wanna do it between 8 to 10 hours. It depends on how bitter you like your Greek yogurt. So we're gonna just slide this back into here. My kids don't particularly like it super bitter, so I actually do it for 8 hours. So what you're gonna do is push the yogurt function. Now keep in mind, we had it on boil, so you're gonna push, adjust, and then you're gonna make sure it's on the normal setting. Now you can increase the time or decrease it. You're gonna need at least to be 8 hours or 10, depending on how bitter you like it. Then once it starts going, you can add a glass lid to the top of it. Or what I like to do, I just like to make sure nothing gets in it. I go ahead and put the lid on it. Now I make sure that the top is set to venting, just because you're not trying to seal this. It doesn't work like a normal, like when you're making a stew or anything like that where it pressure cooks it. This is about time and the specific temperature it keeps it at in order to foster the growth of the live cultures that are there. So you want to have the venting section open so that it can vent and breathe as it's working. So we'll check back in here in about a good 8 hours. Now keep in mind, the time goes up, not down in this situation. So when it starts off as 0, that's okay. That's what it's doing what it's supposed to. So we'll check in here in about 8 hours, which again, keep in mind that you do need to time this in a way that allows you to, have it properly done. So what's going to happen for me is it's about 11:30 right now. This is going to end right before I go to bed, which is perfect because then I can just take this pot and put it right inside my refrigerator covered, and it needs to sit overnight. So it's perfect timing for me. So we're going to go ahead and let this sit. We're 1 minute in, and I'll check back with you in about 8 hours, and we'll go to the next step. All right, so it's been about 8 hours since we started this process. My Instapot told me that it is ready to go. So you can open it up. You can smell the yogurt. Okay, so at this point you're gonna take it out. It's kind of funky. It's a little bit liquidy still in here. So what we need to do is take some saran wrap. And if you don't have saran wrap, that is okay. You can use foil. I use pot lids, all kinds of different stuff. And I'm gonna cover it. And then what I do is I take this and I put it in the fridge for at least 2 hours, preferably up to overnight. So I'm actually gonna go ahead, it is 7:30 in the evening. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. It is gonna be in there overnight. You can leave it in the fridge for up to 24 hours, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it into the fridge, and then tomorrow morning we'll finish it up and start straining it. Alrighty, we are back. Our yogurt has been made technically as it is right now after it's been sitting in the fridge overnight. You could just eat it like this. My kids like a little bit more of a Greek yogurt, which gets rid of some of that whey that's in there. So what you're gonna need, I use just a casserole dish, a glass casserole dish to catch the whey because it is a lot that comes out of here. You are gonna need cheesecloth, and what I did is I cut it open and then I set it right inside a metal strainer right here. Sometimes I'll actually just set this over the sink, or depending on how long I actually want to strain it, I'll keep it just in this glass container and then put it back in the fridge. So we're gonna open up our yogurt. I like to come in and use my spoon, just give it a nice little mix here. Again, this is already flavored with vanilla, so you could just eat it just like this. It's going to be a little bit runny, as you can see, but very similar to regular yogurt. So I give it a nice little stir right here, and then what I start doing is I start ladling it just right here into the cheesecloth. Now try and get it inside the cheesecloth specifically, because if not, it will just go straight through your metal strainer. It's not usually coarse enough. I also have some other strainers just because this is quite a bit of yogurt, so it does take up more space. So as you can see, it hasn't started yet, but pretty soon there will actually be the whey that comes out here at the bottom. Basically the whey just looks like cloudy water. Okay. So making sure to keep the edges of my cheesecloth open. All right in here. Alrighty. So this is going to compress down, and this is going to make a lot less yogurt than you think it is. Once you get all that whey out, it goes down. Not much has come out yet, but pretty soon, actually some of it's starting to come out of the bottom. You can't really see it on here, but pretty soon this entire container will be full. So I'll make sure that I just dump it down in the sink. So here in just a little bit, I'm going to come back. It does take several hours to get it out, though you could just open up a bowl, and I do sometimes as soon as it's done, I'll put it right in a bowl and give it to my kids with a little bit of honey, and they enjoy it. Now at this point, if you're not wanting to strain your yogurt, and you just want it to be a little bit more like normal yogurt, you can go ahead and add your flavorings in. You can do fruits, different kind of fruits, fruit juices. Just, keep in mind, I like to watch the sugar count. I like to add honey. My kids really enjoy that. I just add a little bit of honey. I mix it in there, and then they're good to go, because if not, they want honey added in anyway, so I might as well just save myself the step and do it right at the beginning. But after this, you're good to go as far as being able to use it. Once you strain it out, I actually save the yogurt containers from when I buy yogurt. This way, my kids don't complain. So I literally grab one of the empty yogurt containers and put the lid on it, and they don't know the difference between mommy's yogurt and the yogurt that we buy in the store. All right, guys, we are here in the home stretch. Here is our yogurt. It actually went ahead and dumped out the whey one time while it was working, just because the container at the bottom started to get a little bit full. So what I do is I just start scooping the yogurt into my storage containers, just like so. This spoon I'm using is a little bit small, but make sure you scrape it all the way from all the sides. When you're done, you can actually, if you're using reusable cheesecloth, you can clean it out and wash it according to the instructions. This stuff right here, I'm just using as just a one-time use, so I'm not going to save it. I'll just go ahead and throw it away when I'm cleaning up. So at this point, this is where I'm going to add in honey or any other flavorings that I want. This is the point I add in those flavorings that have a little bit of the sugar in it. So we'll put this right in here. And this is going to make probably this full container, and then maybe about half to 3/4 of another one from an entire gallon of milk. So if you guys have any other questions, I am going to write out the recipe in the comments, as well as give you some links to some of the items that I use while I'm making this, so you can just order them right off of Amazon if you want to, for quicker, a little bit easier finding them. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and good luck making your Greek yogurt. Hey, thanks so much for checking out our videos. We really do love and appreciate your support in this. If you wouldn't mind, click the subscribe button so you can find out when we're putting out more amazing videos. Thank you so much for checking out the Terrells here in Texas.